on my friend and fellow nursing student, Hilda Hogan. Did I say that right?
You did.
Okay, thank God. Okay, she works as a translator in the Denver judicial system and advocates for immigration services, right? I want to make sure I
for immigrants.
Yeah, I already sound like a white girl. Like, I don't want to mess up. I already have that going against me.
It's okay.
So essentially, she communicates and educates and gives refugees hope. And she is here to tell us their story. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Hilda. Sorry.
It's okay, Brittany. I'm always misspelling your name and saying whatever I want with your name. So yes, you're forgiven.
Thank you. I am a little goofy. We're not professionals. We're just trying to make a difference the best we can.
Of course.
Okay, so it's a very pressing issue, and I'm excited because we're going to actually help people by shedding light on what's really going on behind the scenes. So giving some resources and education to whoever needs this information. With that, we are going to get started. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the clients that you serve?
You say the things that I do to support the community. Well, currently what I do, I'm an interpreter. I work not for the courts, but I work in the courts. So I work independently, but that doesn't stop me to always be there, especially at the courthouse, ready to help to any immigrant, basically. But obviously, so I speak Spanish, so I'm more.
She's so good.
Yes. Yes, I speak Spanish better than English, but. So I'm always there ready to see what I can do, because considering all the needs these people that are coming just now, so there are many needs. There are even just basic needs. So what we do, or what I do, I should say, sometimes I help them to fill out applications for asylum. I help them to translate. Many times I try to educate them to not be so scared of the system, but we just need to be patient and see how we can really address this problem. But I think the main thing right now that you can do as a person right now, as an immigrant, is educate yourself more than anything. Out there's a lot of scams. That's what we hear every day. It's so sad, Brittany. It's, oh my God, I can give you not one example, but several. I think I'm going to give you just one, just for the people to be aware. Like the other day, this lady came to the courthouse, and she was trying just to reopen her husband's case because it was closed in his absence. So for some reason, he couldn't appear in court, so he was deported in his absence. So now the process was for him to reopen the case. So then the court has a super simple process for you to go when you are unrepresented and pick up a form that says you can reopen your case with this. Especially in Denver, judges are super nice and understandable. So, but then the bad thing here is that there's a lot of scammers out there. So this person, the example that I was telling you about is, so she came to turn in this paperwork, and I asked her who helped you, because the paperwork did seem pretty kind of pretty professional, I should say.
Yeah.
And she said, yes, a lady who's a lawyer. I don't know if she was a lawyer or not, but she charged her $1,500 just for that paper, a paper that she could pick up at the courthouse for free.
That's awesome.
Free. The interpreters there were gonna help her to fill it out in English, obviously taking all the information from her in Spanish first. But so those are the type of cases. Some people, they have been scammed with $12,000 or $10,000, and it's mainly because they don't know the system.
Yeah. Literally just brought tears to my eyes. I mean, everybody works so hard for their money, and it's so expensive.
This is outraging. This lady, so she came to reopen her husband's case because he was sick. So the scammer, the lady who stole her money, the $1,500, I told her, no, you're gonna call her back. You're gonna get your money back. You're gonna take this form from the court. You're gonna send her in a message and tell her that that the court didn't want to take your forms. They only want their own form, which it's not totally true. But
well,
I wanted her to get her money back because I thought that was pretty unfair.
Or when it's supposed to be turned in, or if you're not hearing back from somebody, who do you call?
Exactly.
That's amazing. That's so cool that you do that. You guys, like me and Hilda met at a clinical in nursing school. I know a lot of you know me as a realtor, but I did go back to nursing school. And Hilda is such a thug. Like
I can say exactly the same thing about Brittany.
Oh
I think
gosh.
that's why we get along so well.
You are such a gangster. And you're just a good person too. You have the best heart. You're always trying to help people and feed people. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we're such a gangsters, I guess, because I think we're not afraid to go out there and help out the community. And that's what we really care for. Yes, of course, we want to stabilize our life and to make, to have a good life. But we also want that for our community.
Oh, definitely. So the other thing that I wanted to touch on, because you're telling me like what you're seeing in the courts right now, I am really curious to know, what is the media getting wrong about immigration and what's going on and these mass deportations that are supposed to happen, and like what can people do to give themselves some peace?
Actually, Brittany, I think this is a topic that we all are very concerned, and we just don't know, in a few words, because I would lie to you if I tell you, oh, I think this is gonna happen, this and this and that, because really I don't know.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard anything. That's the thing. I honestly was expecting, after the election of Mr. Trump, that people was going to be, commenting a lot and this and that at the courthouse. But no, it's so weird. Yeah. The only thing that I heard was, and this came, and I cannot mention names, but this came from I heard this in the courthouse. And I did hear that in order for our new president to do those things, those horrible things, as he needs a lot of money, he needs a lot of personnel. If he wants to do that, he needs to have way more judges, way more government attorneys, more staff, more buildings. So it's not like he can just come and do this the next day that he's in office. Yes, he has threatened that he is gonna send this, police or whatever. But I honestly think that would depends on what state you live in. But I heard that the Colorado governor or the mayor, I don't know exactly who, are totally against this act. So I honestly don't know, but what I would say is just to stay calm.
Yeah.
And just don't overreact, and we'll see we're hopeful that here that doesn't happen.
Well, and then my thing is too, and I'm just like, to physically take somebody out of their home, a place that they've lived and built a life, and it's like, okay, I have friends whose parents are from Mexico, and every now and again they go to Mexico to get like their citizenship or their process redone. So I was just wondering, I'm like, okay, so what can people do so that they don't feel threatened by it?
I wish I could say something about that, but I am actually kind of scared too. I'm just hoping, and based on what the mayor and the government have said, I hope that Colorado doesn't have to go through that, or the people from Colorado.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I'm just hoping, that doesn't happen.
I know. I'm just like, okay, so I don't know anything about the process either. So is it possible for somebody to maybe expedite their process so that they can stay here, so that they can be like, oh, like, I'm not even worried about that. Like, what? Like, is there like resources that that somebody who may be here and it's like a little, I don't know, I like to call it right and dirty.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, you know, you don't pay your plates on time, who knows, but it's just like, you know, if like something like that happens, it's like, okay, what can you do so that you can stay here? And like, who can they call if they're like, hey, I just have some questions, like I'm scared of this?
Well, what I would say first is if you're really scared, you can contact the Colorado Asylum Center.
Nice.
I don't think I have their number right now,
Oh,
and
it's okay.
I apologize for that.
Okay, we'll
But if you live in Colorado,
yeah.
so you can call the Colorado Asylum Center. They are attorneys who help a lot with asylum applications. They'll help you to fill out your asylum application. Another organization that is here from Colorado as well is this attorneys, free legal attorneys from this organization, Rocky Mountains of Immigrants Advocacy, I think is the name. And so they are really good with people too. And if people is really scared right now, what they're doing, they are coming to the courthouse like 3 times a week, and they help out their people. If you need legal advice, they can, if you wait for them around there at this immigration courthouse here in downtown in Denver. So I feel like that's a great organization, and they really help people there. Another thing you can do, I believe, is just think about, so how many years, if you have been here in the United States for a lot of years, just think about who can petition for you. If you have kids who have been born here in the United States, they can petition for you. They just need to be 21. But if I were you, I would definitely consult with a lawyer. And also just think about, consulting with a lawyer, because there's not one route only to fix your papers. There are many routes. Another route that I can tell you, if you're super young, if you're less than 21 years old, you have way more reliefs, like way more types of protection because you came alone as an unaccompanied child. So what I would suggest, because there are many routes in order for you to adjust your status, so just consult with a lawyer and then put the cards on the table and see what type of protections you might qualify for.
That's amazing advice. I mean, that's like, I mean, it's just like, do you know some good lawyers? Like, do you have anybody you would recommend? Like, just like I don't know, who can we call? Who are you gonna call?
Well, I wish I had like a good lawyer to say, but sadly, it's just hard to I just honestly don't know. What I can say is those lawyers that I mentioned from Rocky Mountains Advocacy Network, those are really good. Those are free lawyers, and they can give you like guidance, definitely, and they can tell you, here's what you can do. Once they tell you what you can do, then, because they're not gonna represent everybody, but they are there for just legal advice. So they can tell you what route to follow. Okay. And then from there, they can also give you a list of good lawyers with good reputation.
Hey, that's what we're talking about. That's so great. I mean, right? There's so many people that don't even know about this.
I know.
You know?
It's so scary. I mean, it's so scary. This is a process of a lot of stress. And you know, when you have a lot of stress in your life, you cannot think clearly.
I know. You're just like, oh my gosh,
what am I gonna do?
I know.
Yes. So definitely, you and I, Brittany, we think alike a lot. So we put ourselves in the shoes of these people, and we really know what they're going through.
I'm a center because it's just like, it's such powerful information, and it's like, these are people we're dealing with. It's not like, I mean, like, America is a huge melting pot. Some of us got here and we didn't exactly have a choice.
Exactly.
And then, honestly, Colorado used to be Mexico, so I'm just like...
You can even tell with the names of the streets, right?
I know!
Mexico.
Tejon.
I know. And sometimes you say it, and then I say it in Spanish because I'm reading in Spanish, and then when I say it in Spanish, people doesn't understand me. But then I go, but you know, that's the name of the street, whatever. That's a beautiful thing, though. That's a beautiful thing to know, you know, that we live in a state that it's so welcoming, so warm. That's what I love about Colorado.
I know, me too. I know, sometimes I kind of talk about Denver, like, I'm so bored here, but I'm like, we have it so good. I mean, you know, like our racism is not the kind of racism that you would run into, say, like, my great-grandma, for example, she doesn't exist anymore. She'd be like 120. But she told me she wanted to be a teacher down in Texas. Okay. But her dad didn't want her to go, and this was maybe in the 40s, late 40s, early 50s, because they were still lynching people.
Oh, no.
I know. Could you imagine? Like, you're on your way to work to go teach somebody's badass kids, and then...
it's so bad.
I know. So it's just like, I don't know. People are dicks. I mean, it's just like...
I agree.
Well, I mean, it's very, like, we all beat, like, from, like, the heart. We all have the same blood.
That's something that amazed me. So we're talking about law right now, but then we can easily go to medicine now. Our like,
we're
you know,
busy.
we're busy. So that's one thing that you just mentioned it, Brittany. I just want to like emphasize what you just said. When I first started learning about this, I thought this is so amazing. If you open my arm, my skin, it's going to be exactly the same thing you have, or the dude that has a red hair have, or the dude that has no hair. It'll be exactly the same thing under the skin. So sometimes that's why I don't understand why people make such a difference when you look different.
Well, and you know, but it's just, I think just like the intolerance of it. I think just like people...
Yeah, no. I mean, nobody's perfect, right? But if we try every single day to be a better person, I think we can definitely have a better life.
Oh, for sure. And then, so, I mean, obviously this is like the work you're doing in the courts, but you're also in nursing school with me currently, and you want to be an ER nurse. So that is also amazing. You know my story with the ER. I'm
super excellent nurse. I can tell that. She just goes crazy. Like, you can tell she's a very human person. And yeah, I can't wait to see you.
Well, thank you. I can't wait to see you as an ER nurse too. I could just see you with your coffee, just like busting in. Just be like, hey, move out the way. I have the flushes.
I can see you dancing in the hospital,
sure.
And like after even a 12-hour shift, I can definitely continue doing this. Yes, that's Brittany.
Yeah, people are like rolling their eyes.
Yes, that's Brittany, and I love that about her.
You're so sweet. All right.
Okay, no, go ahead.
Well, we need to do this again too, because I feel like we should go get some food.
I think so.
Let's go get Mexican food.
Oh God,
yes. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'm gonna have Hilda back because honestly, like, this girl is so cool. We have the funniest conversations. Like, honestly, if somebody just gave you a microphone to just start telling jokes.
You're the same. Like, once we start, throwing jokes, it's hard to stop.
It's pretty hilarious. No, I mean, like, I knew that we were definitely at least from the same planet. When I told you my full name, it's like a little extensive, and you're like, oh, your name is just like a Mexican.
It's true. Because it is. No, but it's awesome, Brittany. No, I would love to be here with you again. Yeah. I love your company, and we have so many things in common. I think if people, when they're watching us, if there's a topic.
Yeah. No, and like, it just like, the thing is too, it's just like, I can't wait to see you on your journey because I know your story and I just see such big things for you. I'm just like, give it a year. Hilda is literally going to have like a gold tooth.
We're going to see.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll have a diamond tooth.
Cut them.
You go.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will talk with you soon.